As early as 40,000 years ago, artists created the earliest paints, a mixture of dirt, animal fat, charcoal and chalk, resulting in a basic palette of 5 colours: red, yellow, brown, black and even a white. The world of colour in artists' materials has now exploded into an incredible range of new hues. Pigments have been developed in conjunction with the evolution of the history of art. Today, technology is still evolving colours to include even structural pigments. Structural colour is an iridescent colour found on the breast or throat of a hummingbird or even a peacock's tail. It is so bright that it dazzles the eye and even the imagination. Colour is the sensation that humans perceive when light waves strike an object and reflect the object's local colour, or various colours in the case of patterned subjects, and the colour gets reflected back into the eye's optic nerve. Colour can both unify and move an eye around an image. So Isaac Newton was the person who discovered that it was white light that was actually composed of a mixture of different coloured rays. Humans can see a range of colours from the infrared to the ultraviolet. Some animals, however, such as insects and birds, can see a visually wider bandwidth of colour. These colours in our bandwidth, they create psychological reactions that are really dependent on the society you've been brought up in. In the Western world, for example, red implies dominance, power, and can even imply anger. A mandrel's nose will even turn a brighter shade of red as it rises through the ranks. Red can be a colour that creates an instant focal point and draws the eye into a picture. We can think of this when we look at the paintings by Sir John Constable. The comforting colour of orange contains some of the power of the red, but is lightened by its neighbour, yellow. Yellow itself can evoke happiness and can be seen in plenty in the sun-drenched paintings of Vincent van Gogh as he captures the southern light of France. Green. Green is clean and fresh. It's the colour of chlorophyll, of spring leaves and a positive colour. Picasso's blue period evokes sadness, but even blue can be also seen as a symbol of purity. Due to the scarcity of the original pigment, the lapis lazuli, which means from across the water, only the most senior members of the church, such as the Virgin Mary, were depicted in this colour during the Renaissance. This has resulted in spiritual associations, which in reality, it was really down to monetary value. The recessive ultramarine blue bathes in the shadows of the Impressionist landscapes and is my most used colour. Finally, violet is a colour that perhaps has more energy than blue as we move back towards the reds on the colour wheel. Violet is a colour we might associate with royalty, luxury, or even spirituality being on the very edge of the spectrum. The Earth is the most colourful planet we know of. It is full of arching rainbows, shimmering hummingbirds, lush green woodlands, coral reefs alive with spectacular displays of tropical fish, down to flowering meadows. Colour is a thing that enriches our perception of the natural world and also brings us delight, but it also plays a pivotal role in the survival strategies for both plants and animals. The blossoms in the meadow alert insects to the nectar, an essential source of sustenance that has just become available. In exchange, the insect pollinates the flowers, resulting in the next generation's seeds, forming a symbiotic relationship that has evolved over millions of years as animals and plants have co-evolved together. In nature, colour can enable an animal to attract the right sort of attention, giving off warning signals so it doesn't make itself a pleasant meal, or that it's a healthy individual ready for reproduction. Colour can also enable animals to camouflage themselves in their habitat, such as the incredible dead leaf butterfly, making them invisible to predators.